And you're going to spend somewhere between $1,500 and $2,700 a year if you're washing at a laundromat 3 or 4 times a week. That's not a guess, that's the going rate. $2.50 to $5 just to wash one load. Before you even touch the dryer, even at home, the machine sitting in your laundry room used $800 to $200 to buy, and it's quietly pulling 19 to 45 gallons of water every single cycle, depending on how old it is. Here's the promise. I'm going to show you a machine that costs about $6, takes 15 minutes to build, uses a fraction of the water, and will clean a load of laundry just as well, using nothing but a bucket, a plunger, and basic physics. But before I show you how to fix this for good, you need to understand how we got conditioned to accept this in the first place. Because this isn't a coincidence, it's design. For the better part of a century, appliance and detergent companies have sold you on 2 ideas. Bigger machines wash better, and more suds mean more clean. Neither one is really true. Suds are just air trapped in soap film. They don't scrub anything. In fact, modern high-efficiency detergent is designed to produce less foam on purpose, because excess suds actually make a washer work harder to rinse. That's not chemistry. That's marketing. The actual mechanism that gets clothes clean hasn't changed since the 1800s, and it only needs 3 things: water, a surfactant, soap, and mechanical agitation, physical motion that forces soapy water through the fabric weave. Even Energy Star's own consumer guidance admits the core wash action is just lift and tumble, or an agitator physically working the clothes. The electronics on top are for convenience and water metering, not for the actual cleaning chemistry. Then strip away the touchscreen, the app, the spin cycle, and you're left with the same 3 ingredients you can put in a bucket. Here's exactly what you need and where to get it. 1. A plain 5-gallon bucket. Home Depot or Lowe's, about $400 to $6. The second bucket for rinsing is optional but helpful, same price. 2. A new, unused toilet plunger, the plain rubber flange kind, not the fancy accordion style. About $400 to $6 at Walmart, Home Depot, or Amazon. This is your agitator. On screen, buy this plunger new and dedicate it only to laundry. Never one that's been used for its original purpose. 3. A drill, or a heated nail if you don't have one, to punch holes through the plunger head, and, optionally, the bucket lid. 4. Your regular laundry detergent. A small amount, because you're washing in a fraction of the water a machine uses. Here's the physics. The holes you drill let water and dirty fluid pass through the plunger head instead of pushing it around. That's what turns a solid rubber cup into an agitator. It creates pressure differentials that force soapy water in and out of the fabric weave, the same mechanical action a top-load washer's center post performs. Soap molecules do the chemistry. One end grabs the dirt, one end grabs the water, and the plunging motion is what physically pulls that dirt-soap bond off the fabric and into suspension. Physics doesn't negotiate. Then force the water through the fibers enough times, and the dirt has nowhere left to hold on. Step 1. Drill 4 to 6 holes through the head of the plunger. This is the step people skip, and it's the one that matters most. Without holes, you're just pushing water around. With holes, you're forcing it through the clothes. 2. Optional but worth it. Drill a hole in a spare bucket lid so the plunger handle can slide through. That keeps water from splashing everywhere while you work. Step 3. Fill the bucket about 2/3 full with warm water. Add a small amount of detergent and load in your clothes. Don't overpack it. The agitator needs room to move. Step 4. Plunge up and down for 8 to 10 minutes. Again, the insider rule almost everyone misses. Don't just push straight down and pull straight up. Twist and push at a slight angle every few strokes. That off-axis motion creates turbulence in the corners of the bucket that straight plunging never reaches. Nothing sits untouched in dead water. Step 5. Drain the soapy water, refill with clean water, and repeat the same motion for 2 to 3 minutes to rinse. Step 6. Wring by hand or press the clothes against the side of the bucket to push out excess water before hanging to dry. Be honest with yourself about the timeline. This isn't instant like a machine's spin cycle. It's roughly 10 to 15 minutes of hands-on effort per load. But the result, clean clothes for pennies, is permanent, and the bucket itself will outlast years of laundromat visits. The question everyone asks, is this actually going to get clothes as clean as a real machine or damage them? Here's the twist. Energy Star's own published guidance for consumers notes that machines with a center post agitator are actually the rougher option for fabric, and putting clothes through more wear and tear over repeated cycles than gentler tumble-style designs. A hand-plunged bucket uses far less mechanical force per stroke than a spinning motor-driven agitator, so for everyday cottons, synthetics, and casual wear, and it's a gentler physical action, not a harsher one. On the water side, the Department of Energy and Energy Star both confirm that a standard machine uses somewhere around 19 to 20 gallons per load, and older units can use up to 45. A bucket wash typically uses a fraction of that per load, simply because the container is smaller. This method isn't a replacement for washing a queen-size comforter or a load of heavy denim. For bulk or heavy fabric, the plunger loses to a real machine, and that's a fair trade-off to know up front. But for everyday shirts, underwear, socks, and casual clothes, you're working with the exact same water plus surfactant plus agitation principle the machine in your laundry room was built on. You're not tricking the system. You're using it in its most basic form. Let's put the numbers side by side one more time. A family doing laundry at a laundromat 3 times a week is looking at roughly $1,500 to $2,700 a year. This setup costs about $10 to $12 one time, and the only recurring cost is the same detergent you're already buying. A $10 bucket that permanently solves the problem isn't a business model. It's a business ending. If this saves you money, then hit the like button. It helps other people who are overpaying find this information too. Next time, I'm breaking down another household markup, why the cleaning wipes aisle is one of the biggest marketing illusions in the store, and what 2 ingredients actually do the same job for under $1. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.